I'm ass at fighting games. And despite this inescapable truth, I still love them. Ass might be a bit of a reach, but below average. But anyway, the first and only PS3 game my brothers and I had for a long time was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And let me fucking tell you, lives were changed the day I laid hands on this game for the first time. We were kids who didn't understand how the controls worked at all, but the shit was still lit. You feel me? Immediately, I seen a nigga in a red trench coat, giant sword, twin Glocks. I had to pick him. This game really had the smash effect, because after playing Dante once, I immediately got hooked on Devil May Cry as a whole. I binged the entire anime, watched a bunch of all cutscenes, full movie HD 4K videos on YouTube for the games. Tell me you guys know about the smash effect though. When you're like a really tiny child and you get exposed to Smash Bros for the first time, and also all of these Nintendo characters for the first time, depending on how old you are, it might have been Brawl, it might have been Ford, maybe even Ultimate. For me, it was Melee. And I was the youngest out of all of my cousins and brothers, so naturally I had an affinity for the child characters at the time too, which means Young Next immediately gravitated towards Young Link. Then I actually learned what Zelda was and got instantly hooked. But the point of me saying all this is MVC introduced me to like 80% of Capcom's dudes. I already knew the Marvel niggas and all that, but I really only heard of like Street Fighter and Mega Man on Capcom's side. But what other genre of gaming is crossing over this many characters? Don't say Fortnite, cause I don't have a rebuttal for that, TBH. Fighting games have infinite longevity in my eyes, especially when you're playing with the homies, cause it can serve as the main activity or just be a background thing you guys play while talking about other shit. You're constantly growing and learning more about your characters, the game, the lore, all of the above. Even if your opponent is someone that's like infinitely better than you, if you fight dude enough times, you will grow. You literally get a Zenkai boost from this shit. Also, it's never really about winning. Like, all of it is fun. Winning is just like a simple fraction of the entire fighting game experience.
Oh my god,
But yeah, the point is, winning is just part of the fun, bro. All of it is fun. And that might be a Mickey take for me to have, but I'm not sorry, bro. I'm simply not. Give me a fire cast of characters who have crazy ass backstories and even crazier themes, please. And like, look, I know you're not really supposed to care about the story for these games, but they're slick, like 40% of the reason why I enjoy them. I want to know if the Mishima family finally finna go to therapy. I want to know what the this nigga has going on. I want to see the Gears be guilty. I actually don't care what these guys got going on at all.
Don't I scare you in the least?
what the fuck was that?
I always thought Mortal Kombat was just a little too stiff for me. Also, minus like 3 or 4 of them, the characters really don't look particularly interesting to me in any way, shape, or form. But I ain't come here to hate, so we can stop talking about Mortal Kombat. The way these games mix real life martial arts into their characters' playstyles is absolutely beautiful. Look at this man! I didn't know what capoeira was at all before playing Tekken for the first time. And now it's easily the most interesting martial art to me. And he's not the only capoeira god either. We got our long line of Bruce Lee clones too, of course. Our Muay Thai kings, our Kung Fu legends, the boxing dudes, the Shinobi strikers, come on, Street Fighter's very own Karate Kid, the Alcoholics, the Taekwondo dudes, the Judoka, and of course the guys with made-up fighting styles. I'm sure there's more, but this was just off the dome. You feel me? The different genres of fighting game characters and their different martial arts and styles and shit. You feel me? Oh yeah, and the gag characters too, of course. I knew I was forgetting someone. The gag characters. I know a lot of people view fighting games as kind of intimidating, and I do understand. You gotta do the quarter circles and the Z's and the full circles and all that, and all I can really say to that is just learn, bro. I'm kidding. I kid. I adult. But SF6 having a modern mode is so fire to me for this very reason. Whatever devs can do to make fighting games more accessible to everyone, please do that. That's why people like Smash so much. Its controls are simple and easy to understand. But also Smash is a party game before it's anything else, so I guess that's kind of different. I grew up on old PS2 era Dragon Ball games like Tenkaichi, Infinite World, shit like that. But amongst those games was one called Super Dragon Ball Z. This was like the first real classically controlled fighting game we ever played, and we kind of did not fuck with it as kids because the controls were just ass to us. But that was because we didn't understand, and we didn't care to understand, which is why you should put more modern modes in fighting games. And if you disagree, you know what you sound like? A gatekeeper, an elitist, someone who's boring. You feel me? Why do you want to gatekeep fighting games, bro? Come on, you're actively keeping your like favorite genre of gaming from like spreading its wings and shit. But I'm just a dude. Don't even listen to me. I'm just a nigga talking. Then like years later, Tekken Tag 2 fell into our hands and we played the fuck out of that. My cousin pulled up from Chi-Town and was like, yo, Nex, look at this. And not only did we play the fuck out of it, but we also like studied the lore and watched all the movies. Bro, we had a little Tekken phase. Soul Calibur was another series I got introduced to really early in my life. And that series was legendary, literally.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
That was my intro to the concept of guest characters too, but now that I'm older, I realized we still had no idea what we were doing in terms of gameplay, but it was still fun regardless. But around high school time, it got to the point where these characters and stories were just so fire, I actually wanted to get good. And then I learned the quarters, the circles, you feel me, all that. Not gonna lie though, Sakurai adding hella fighting game characters to Smash definitely has some level of influence on me too. I can't front. Before Smash, all I knew about Fatal Fury and King of Fights was that Terry exists, and also Mai Shiranui for reasons and shit. Street Fighter Third Strike will forever be my GOAT of all time though. Just look at this game. These are the prettiest sprites I think I've ever bore witness to. And the OST went dummy. The breakcore of it all was just so 90s, but in the best way possible. Also, hot take, maybe not hot take, but this roster is second to none. Maybe 5, but other than that, second to none. Okay, maybe 4, but other than that, this roster was second to none. Actually, f*** all that. This roster was second to none. And I can't talk about SF3 without talking about the single greatest fighting game character of all time. My GOAT, Sean Matsuda! A nigga Soto with locks and a heart of gold? He simply is the GOAT. Capcom gotta release him from the infernal fires of hell though. Please, put that in the 6. I'm begging you. Guilty Gear is legendary as too, but I kind of appreciate it from afar. Shout out the Bikins and the Giovannas and the Chip Zanufs, the Souls, the bad guys. Every time I hear this game's main theme, I gain a good 4 years on my lifespan and unlock my dormant superpowers that never activated 3 Decembers ago. Remember when black people were supposed to get superpowers in like 2020? What happened with that, bro? Please, like, I can't be the only one who didn't, you feel me, get my shit activated. Please, let me know. But Smell of the Game has got to be like top 5 fighting game songs of all time. F it. Smell of the Game has got to be like top 5 songs of all time. This genre of gaming hands down has the best music, and this shit is not even close to being a competition. Bangers after bangers after bangers. Have you heard Karn's theme in SF5? Have you heard Blaze Blues music? Have you heard the Third Strike? Have you heard the Skullgirls OST? Shit was so good I had to sample it. Come on. Skullgirls, by the way, has some of the prettiest art I've ever seen, and it's all hand drawn. That's so beautiful. I really want to play Indivisible 2. It's been like years since it's come out, but I remember Etika being really excited for it when it was still like in alpha. But nah, fighting game music is simply unmatched. They had Snoop Dogg and Tekken and everything. I kind of miss the unholy amount of crossover fighters Capcom used to release too. They gotta at least bring MVC back. I want to see Miles boxing with Nero so bad. Also, fighting games easily have the most diverse cast of characters in their games. There's all kinds of representation here, and you love to see it. Everyone gets a seat at this table. Also, a lot of what people see of this genre is the FGC, you know, all the sweaty competitive shit. And that's cool and all, but that's also just one facet of people who like these games. I want you to know this video is coming from someone who's not really tapped into the FGC like that. I'm really a casual ass nigga. Fighting games as a genre just do not get enough love, dog. And I kind of get it to an extent. They definitely are intimidating, but it kind of sort of feels like fighting games are gonna experience the same super duper surge of popularity that anime reached in like 2015-ish. 2017, somewhere around that time, everyone started f***ing with anime, and I feel like that could happen to fighting games soon. At least that's my hope. Features like modern mode are genuinely a good thing in my eyes, and I think it's the start of devs trying to open their arms to everyone. Just a little bit more. Cause right now, even like big outlets be doodling on fighting games. Why do niggas always lump action games and fighting games together, dog? They are not the same. I do think the sun will come up for this genre though. At least, that's my hope. But shout out fighting games. I do gotta piss though, so you feel me? We going. Damn, this mic drenched as God. Do you see this? I don't even want to show you this, bro. I'm gripping the at this mic. I'm clutching the at this mic. Anyway, thanks for watching.
I can't feel my face right now. I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down. Like, got this feeling that I won't come down. Like, got this feeling that I won't come down. Like, I can't feel my face right now. I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down. Like.